Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi.
Please tell me about yourself for 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah. So as you know, myself Shiva Krishna. So I am so current. So I have total 4 years of experience on the SQL DBA and Azure SQL Server. So currently working on the Azure project. So coming to my roles and responsibilities. So we have a ticketing tool called Zendesk. So whenever abnormality activities on the SQL Server, we will receive the alerts, and based on those alerts, we are going to work like TempDB full database file blockings. So based on those alerts, we are going to work on those alerts. And currently, mainly I'm working on the both Azure project and on-premise project. So this is briefly about me.
Okay. So what is the toughest issue you face in your environment? How you resolved it?
So whenever I start my career in Azure project, so when I face toughest is I face in the data sync issue.
Okay.
So with the help of one of my colleague, I resolve that issue. That will take almost 40 days to resolve that issue. But that is very simple. But to find out that issue, it took a lot of time.
So only that. Apart from that, anything is there?
So that is the main thing. And I
Okay.
took.
Can you share one more experience with us?
So one more toughest is one is performance issue.
Okay. Go ahead. And you tell me that how you identified that and how you resolved it.
Yes. So whenever customer is came to me and he is facing some performance issue, and so initially I have checked is there any blockings or any fragmentation, or is there any active transaction, is there any jobs are running at that time. I have checked, but everything is okay, but only issue with the fragmentation.
Okay.
So whenever I check, I have run the defragmented, I done the rebuild or reorganization, even though after that time it is okay, but after few minutes again it is the fragmentation is increasing like anything.
Okay. So what kind of permissions are needed on share folder for backup job and copy job in log shipping?
So in log shipping we need to give the read write permission to the backup job folder.
Okay.
For copy job not required anything, for only so because we need to give means for because we are going to give the network share path, right? So because that reason we are going to give the permissions to that backup job folder. So because
What kind
primary
of
server is
permissions? Is
available,
it read write or write only? What kind of that?
no, read write.
For
Both.
what? And for backup job read write and for copy job also read and write. What that is what you are saying, right?
No, so I'm telling backup job folder. For
Okay.
backup job folder, I'm going to give read write permission.
Okay. For copy job?
So copy job, it is just going to just it is going to read write. There is no any write.
Okay.
For copy job.
Okay. So what are the issues that you faced on mostly on always on?
So in always on, so I did not work on always on.
Okay.
So just I have knowledge on the always on. So mostly I worked on the replication.
Can you
And
talk
mirroring.
about for 2 minutes on always on with us?
Yeah, sure. So, so mainly Microsoft introduced this always on because of, so we have the lot of disadvantage in the clock shipping, mirroring, and clustering. So to overcome those disadvantages, Microsoft introduced this always on availability group.
Okay.
So in the log shipping, we don't have the automatic failover. And in the DB mirroring, we have the one-to-one. And the clustering, we need to store the data in the shared disk, not the local. So to overcome this, all the minus points, Microsoft introduced this always on availability group.
Okay. It can we combine always on and mirroring?
I think it's not possible.
Why?
So because both are using the same endpoint, right? Mirroring also want 5022 and always on also it is listening with 5022. Due to that reason, we are not able to combine them.
Okay. So what about log shipping and replication?
Yes, we can configure the log
Okay.
stripping and replication.
So did you work on SSIS and SSIS?
No. So
So
in my company they have given the training, but I did not get chance to work on the SSIS.
what about if we give you a chance and are going to work on this kind of issues?
Yes, definitely I am eagerly waiting to improve my skills on the different areas.
Okay. So you got a ticket regarding the job failure of SSIS. So how
Okay.
you are going to troubleshoot that?
So SSIS job, so first we need to check is there any permission issue or not.
Okay. I mean to say like how where the you are in which areas you are going to search and how what could be the action? What your action plan for you? No, how can you say directly it could be a permission issue?
Yes, first we need to connect that job. So what is the job it is failing, in the which server it is failing
Okay.
that job. So go to connect to that server, so database,
Okay.
go and check is there any permission issue.
No, it's a SSIS package. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Then how where you are going to check that? What is the error and everything?
So that one we will check in the SQL error log. Right?
No. Error log will not occur, right? See, if any job got failure, will it record it in the error log?
No.
Okay, if in that case, I am having 100 jobs. If all jobs got failed, all the error messages will get recorded into that SQL Server error log, and the error log will get increased, right?
Yes, correct.
Then
So in the job history we can see in the particular that job
okay,
history.
yeah, in the job history you are saying that SSIS package have a 64-bit. It's a generic message you are seeing. Okay, there is no complete error in that job history, SSIS job history.
Okay.
So where you are going to check that? What could be the error?
No idea.
Okay. So, will you like to work on automation skills using PowerShell?
Yes, but I don't have knowledge on the
Okay,
PowerShell.
we will give 1 month time.
Yes, that's fine. I will learn and I will work.
Okay. So, in 1 month of time, can we expert you as like in a professional way?
In 1 month, I cannot give assurance, but I will try.
Okay. So, do you work about data lake storage in Azure by any chance?
No, I did not get chance, but I have knowledge on the storage.
Okay. So, customer configured like read-only routing, but customer is asking that the read-only routing is not working. So what could be the possible issues and how you are going to troubleshoot that?
Read only routing.
Yeah.
No idea.
Okay. So do you know how backups works in Always On?
Backups in always on, no idea.
Okay. Is there any tools that you are using to identify the performance issues?
So in my current organization, we don't have any tools for monitoring purpose.
Okay.
So only we are using the ticketing tool.
Okay. How you are going to identify that the duplicate indexes are exist on the table?
So with the help of SP_help index, we can identify.
So using that you will going to identify that.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Apart from that,
Apart from that, no, I know only this is the command.
okay. So what are the cluster issues that you have faced and in which areas that you are going to check?
In clustering.
Hmm.
So in clustering, I have faced one issue that this one of the SQL service using the different means same IP address, so existing IP address.
Hmm.
So that actually that IP address should be unique, right?
Hmm.
So that is one issue. So that is I have informed to the network team
Mm-hmm.
that scenario, and also that SQL service is not yet started in the cluster.
Okay.
So that time I have manually started in the server in the configuration manager, but that is working fine. Manually I am able to start the SQL service. But in the cluster I am not able to start the SQL service.
Okay.
Immediately I have involved the Windows team. So is there any issue happen? And one more thing, due to the dependency disk, SQL service is got down.
Okay.
So that is also I see.
So in coming to Azure SQL database, we don't have anything like SQL Server agent. So now client is asking you to automate like maintenance jobs in Azure. So using Elastic Job. So did you work on Elastic Job?
Yes, we can automate with the, I did not work, but I know. So we can, using the elastic jobs, we can do that.
Okay. So what kind of automation did you work on regarding the SQL DBA?
So in automation in Azure or on-prem?
Oh, where in on-prem only.
So in on-prem, I did not also want automation, I did not work. So while doing generate the jobs using SQL agent, I have done.
Okay. So I have given one query for you. So to enhance that duration period, whatever. Okay. So what could be your action plan? Like how you, what are the areas that you are going to mainly focus to improve that query performance?
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Query, so means we want to improve the performance of that query.
Yeah.
So we need to check what is that query, what is the use of that, that is whether that is select statement or insert statement, update
Okay.
statement.
Select statement only.
So select statement means, so that we need to first understand the table structure. So what
Okay.
is the, how many records are available in that table.
Okay.
So means for, so we need to understand the first structure of the table. So
Okay.
based on that, we need to create the index.
Okay. You mean to say you are going to create the index, right?
Index. Yeah.
Okay. So what is the cluster and non-cluster index?
So cluster and non-cluster. So whenever we want to create the cluster, so mainly index is using for the improve the performance of the select statement. So
Okay.
coming to the cluster index, whenever we are going to create the cluster index, table will redesign into the B-tree structure. So in the
Okay.
B-tree structure, we have main three things: root level, intermediate, and leaf level. In
Okay.
the leaf level contains the index key along with data.
Okay.
But coming to the non-cluster index, so leaf
Mm-hmm.
level will act as the pointers to the data pages. So that is the main difference between cluster and non-cluster. And
Okay.
for the table only we can create the one cluster index, but we can create the 9999 cluster in non-cluster index per table.
Okay. So you are saying that cluster index will follow the BT structure, right?
Yes.
So what about non-cluster index?
So non-cluster index also will follow the bit rate structure only.
Okay. Okay. Mm.
So
So
there's a,
what are the other indexes are there in related to the non-cluster?
yes, we have the covering index,
Okay.
pad index, spatial index.
Okay.
Uh,
Apart from that.
yes. Cluster covering index, including index. Covering
Okay.
index, include index, spatial index, pad index. Yeah.
Okay. Pad index is also in index.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes. But I read in Microsoft document, pad
Okay.
index also is available. But I don't know what is that pad index.
Okay. What is fill factor?
Fill factor.
Mm.
So fill factor. So I did not.
Huh?
Sorry, I did not get that answer.
Okay. So what is pad index?
Yes, I don't know what about the pad index. Just I know the pad index is also available.
Okay. You know the pad index, right?
Yes,
So,
yes,
okay, you just know the word, right?
yes, that's it.
Okay. What is play splits?
Page splits.
Hmm.
Mm, so, so page splits will occur whenever data is. So I don't remember the exact word.
Okay. Okay. So, what about column store index, and did you work on that?
Mm, no, I did not work on the column store index.
Okay. So, from 2005 to 2022, can you name two futures? In every version, you have to say new futures.
Okay,
Yep. You can start from 2005 or 2008. Okay.
okay.
Yeah. Go ahead. Now you can take me back for 2008.
2008 features means enhancements,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Futures are in environment. Yeah.
So 2008 we have, but in so up to 2000 before 2014 we are going to install the SSMS in the installation part.
Okay.
But from 2014 Microsoft has been divided the SQL SSMS uh, from the regular installation.
Okay.
That is one thing.
Okay. New futures. Can you say the new futures? Always on was released in 2012, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Like that,
Always on
yes.
introduced.
So like that, I'm asking you one more futures, two futures in every version.
Okay. Mm. And also in 2017, so in 2016, Microsoft introduced the Power BI service.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2000, so up to 2017, we are going to install the SQL Server in the Windows environment. But from 2017, we are going to install the SQL Server in the Linux as well.
Okay. Yeah.
And in the 2016, Microsoft introduced the Query Store.
Okay. What about 2019?
Yes, yes, and also one more thing. In 2016, Microsoft introduced in the installation itself, we can configure the TempDB.
Okay.
In 2019, Microsoft added two more fields in the installation, that is matched up and
Okay.
one more feature is added in the installation itself.
Okay. What are the best practices that you follow to avoid the issues in your environment?
So, best practices. So we need to configure the so we need to configure the TempDB as per usage.
Okay. Apart
And we
only
need to
thing.
maintain, so we need to maintain the maintenance plan regularly, and that
Okay.
is backup jobs and index maintenance tabs. So we
Okay.
need to maintain on regular basis.
Okay.
And we need to run the DBCC commands. So
Okay.
we weekly once.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Go ahead.
Mm, and then we need to properly configure the TempDB.
Okay.
And
Okay. We are giving six people for you under you. Okay. So you want to train the people. Okay.
mm,
And as well as you have to improve the skills in new areas. Will you able to do that?
Yes, I'm able to do.
Okay. So are you ready for to give the demos for your juniors as well, right?
Yes, sir. I give. If it is required, definitely I will give. If I don't know, I will learn and I will
That's
help.
good here to Krishna. Okay. And so in mirroring, is it possible to have like listener type of setting for mirroring?
In mirroring is not possible.
Is there any other way?
In mirroring, I don't know. I think no way.
Sure.
Yes. So we need to directly connect to the instance.
So is there any any other way, like alternative way?
So we can build in the clustering.
No, no, I'm asking, I need this feature in the mirroring only.
Okay.
So is there any alternative way like that?
No, I don't know.
From mirroring point of view, it's not possible. But in the connection string, we can mention like, okay, mirrors alter failure partner server, okay? If any failure happens, okay, it will fail over to the partner server, right? So
Yes, sir.
directly it will connect from the partner. So the chance will be there from connection string, okay?
Okay. Okay.
So is it possible to read that mirror database?
No, it is not possible
Why?
because that
It's
database in
not
restoring mode.
okay. So is it are you sure?
Just second, this one mirror, right? We
Ah,
cannot able to read the mirror because the database is in restoring mode.
sure.
Yes, correct.
Are you sure again?
Yes, correct.
I'm asking you again and again. Are you
Yes, yes,
sure?
yes, correct. We cannot able to. So miss, once we can fail over, then we can able to
No,
read.
no,
Otherwise, we can't.
no. I'm not asking about failure. I'm asking you, is there any way to read the database apart from failure? Apart from failure.
Yes,
So
for
it
my
should be
knowledge,
mirror.
there is
It
no.
should be mirror server only. Okay. So
Yes.
is there any possibility to read?
So just now you have told we can connect to the listener. Might be we can able to
Ah,
read.
if in case it is failover, okay. In
Okay.
case it is failover, no need to change any instance name. So
Hmm.
using that, and I am asking you, so is it possible to read the data from mirror
No,
server?
no, it is not possible.
Okay, so you better cross check once, okay?
Okay, okay, I will check.
Okay, and what are the drawbacks that we are having in log shipping and mirroring?
So in log shipping, there is no automatic failover.
Okay,
And one more drawback is, so whenever we can configure log shipping in the standby mode, users will be disconnected. So whenever the jobs will be run, whenever restore is going on, users will be disconnected.
okay.
So that is the main two drawbacks.
Mm-hmm.
And coming to the mirror, so in the mirror, one-to-one only possible, but in the log shipping, one-to-many, right? So, but mirror, only one-to-one.
Okay, so what is CS packet?
So CX packet is, yes, so whenever, so the CX packet will happen, so when we based on the matched up and fill factor, it will happen CX packet. So means parallelism, so whenever the query is parallelized, CX packet will occur.
Okay. When do queries goes for parallelism?
So whenever we can set this, so that query is means divided into multiple threads.
Okay, how
Then
it is
that
going to
query.
divide that?
So based on that matched up and fill factor.
Fill factor.
Yes.
Why fill factor comes into this thing, man? Fill factor is related to the table storage, right?
Okay.
How much data in the leaf store, how much data it has to be filled, okay, in the leaf level. That is what fill factor is.
Okay.
What it is doing in the performance.
I think I told a different word. Okay.
Hmm.
So I think based on the two methods, the CX packet
I
will occur.
think
One is matched up.
you are confusing between like cost of threshold, right?
Yes, yes, correct. Cost of threshold. Okay, yeah. That
Okay.
depends on those two CX packet will occur. Cost of
Okay.
threshold and
What is
max
travel plan?
travel plan. Don't know.
Okay. So one thing is like you have been observed some implicit transactions. What is mean by implicit transactions and how you are going to identify and on how you are going to fix that. First explain me what is implicit transactions.
Okay, sorry, I don't know.
Okay. What is TDE?
So TDE is transparent data encryption. So whenever we are going to protect the data, we are going to use the TDE.
What is mean by protection or how you are going to protect that?
So we can, so for suppose like we are taking the credit cards or debit cards, so we can
Okay.
see that number, right? Like
Okay.
cross, cross, cross.
Okay.
So like that we want to protect the data, we can go for the TDE.
You mean if you configure TDE, so you are going to see the cross symbols. That is what you are saying, right?
Yes, yes.
Then what is the use of dynamic masking?
Hmm. Yes, that is also we can use for dynamic marking.
Hmm?
Yes, yes, correct. Dynamic masking we can use for that one.
Then then why what the TDE is here?
So I think so at, for security reason also we can use, but
What kind of security? Where is the
I think
security?
at table level we can secure the data.
Table level. If you configure TDE, you are saying TDE itself database level. How you are saying like TDE is TDE on table level? Hmm?
Mm, yes, I think at column, so we can enable the tier columns.
Column level.
Yes, by every column we can enable the TDE.
Is it possible? Are you sure?
Yes, exactly. Don't I am so confusing.
Okay. So what are the alerts that you have configured?
But in TDE,
No, no. Alerts.
it's remaining phase. So I have configured the clustering replication.
I mean to say like, what are the alerts that you
Okay,
have
alert.
configured?
Okay,
Alerts.
okay, alerts configured means.
What if disk space is full, right?
Yes, yes.
So you will get an alert. Like that, what are the other others that you have configured?
No, I did not configure any alert.
Okay. Mm. So what are the new server roles that are there from 2019 onwards?
No server role.
Hmm.
So I did not have only normal server roles only available.
Okay,
I
new
don't
servers
exactly.
are there, right?
Hmm?
So from 2019 onwards, we have some new server roles. So
Okay.
what are they?
No idea. I need to look on that.
Okay. What is, I mean, we have four types of replications, right?
Yes.
So on which replication mostly you work on?
On transaction replication, I work.
So what are the prerequisites?
So to configure the transaction replication, so mainly we can configure the transaction replications are what are the articles are frequently changing. On those articles, we are going to configure the transaction replication. And but primary key is must and should there to configure on the articles.
Okay. So you have already configured transaction replication.
Yes.
Okay. So again you want to, customer asked you to configure two more tables.
Okay.
So how you are going to do that?
Yes, we can the two. Now articles we can configure in the, so we can add it in the, what's the part?
You say that you are going to configure in the replication settings, right? In Wizard.
Yes.
Okay then. So let's assume that the previous snapshot is having 10 GB. Okay. So if you take that new snapshot, again that 10 GB will come, right?
That's correct.
Then you don't want to generate the new snapshot, but these two articles has to be there.
Okay.
Okay, then how you are going to create the new snapshot excluding the older tables?
Okay, got it. Yeah, that is. So we have an option.
Okay.
Or can you tell me the answer?
Okay. So you are expect me to tell the answer, right?
Yes.
Hmm?
Yes.
So you just do some R&D and let me know. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So there is one cluster index, or there is one table. So one cluster index and two non-cluster index. You have configured transaction replication. Okay. So when you configure transaction replication by with the default options, so will that what are the indexes that transfer to the subscriber? Will non-cluster index will transfer, or will cluster index will transfer, or only will table will get transferred?
So all will transfer, right?
Sure.
Yes.
It means if you configure this option, transaction replication with the default, you just added the table, not done anything.
Yes.
Okay, this is what the scenario is. Okay, so what are the indexes that get transferred? That is what my question is.
So two will be transferred, cluster and non-cluster. What?
Okay, in that case, you
Okay,
want to
sorry.
Okay,
Okay,
go ahead.
so, cluster index only will transfer because so with primary key tables only
Okay, if
will
you want to
replicate.
transfer non-cluster index as well, then
Hmm.
then
So non-cluster index will not replicate.
that's okay. If you want to transfer that too as well,
Okay. Hmm.
okay. So you want to customer wants to configure transaction replication.
Okay.
Okay, so at the other end, subscriber is like the customer is using express edition. So in that case, what kind of subscription that you are going to use?
So it can come again.
Customer is using,
Okay.
okay, so express edition as a subscriber.
Okay, subscriber. Okay.
Okay, as a for transaction replication. What
Okay.
kind of subscription that you are going to use?
So same level of I can use. Or else we can use the less.
No, what I am asking is, try to understand my question.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of subscription? We have two subscriptions, right? What are they?
Mix,
Subscriptions. Pull and
yeah, okay,
push.
sir. Yes, pull and push.
Okay.
Okay.
So in that, what subscription is that you are going to use?
So based on the customer request, if we want to run the distribution agent under distribution, we can go for the push subscription. Or if customer want to run the distribution agent under subscriber, then we can go for the full
Okay.
subscription.
Customer is asking you. Okay. In the subscription, if the subscriber is like express edition, so tell me one thing. Does subscription edition contain SQL Server agent?
Express edition.
Mm.
No.
Or you don't know, or it doesn't contain what it means?
I don't know.
You don't know, right? Okay. Okay. So what are the so you are taking a database, okay, backup, okay. So by
Okay.
using simple command like the backup database to disk is equal to something, like. So apart from that command, we are also having some extra commands, okay, like with stats is equal to 5, like that, right?
Yes, no,
So, huh?
yes, we need to add the parameters.
Yes. So what are the
unit.
other parameters that are available?
So unit and no unit.
Okay. Okay. Init to no init. Okay.
And more option
Okay. With more. Okay.
with more. And yes, I think I know this is the one.
So only these many.
I think we have many, but I don't remember all this.
Okay. What about copy only?
It's copy only, so without disturbing the
No,
differential.
Copy only is also as a parameter, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is log pages in memory option?
Log pages.
Yeah.
No, sorry.
Okay. So what is instant file initialization?
Instance file initialization. No idea.
Okay. Okay, Krishna. Your interview is done. We will get back to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.